The Bulls begin American Athletic Conference play Saturday at Raymond James Stadium as they take on SMU. The game will be a 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central Time start on ESPNU. Coach, thanks so much for joining us on the call. I know no one has a bad open week, but can we get your thoughts on how yours went as you lead up into the game against SMU, please?
Well, we had the week off, and it was good because a lot of times, sometimes, so early in the season, you like for it to happen, probably 6 weeks into it, but with it being so early, we had a chance to really evaluate ourselves. And one of those where we went out and practiced, 5 days. We still got in our routine, but once you do get in a routine or during the season, you don't want to break it so early. But I just enjoyed my players, enjoyed how they worked last week, and now we're getting ready for a really good SMU team that's 4-0, just coming off of beating a top 25 team in TCU. Our hands are going to be full, but it's going to be a great matchup for us being here at home.
We'll take questions for Coach Charlie Strong, please. *1 on your telephone keypad to join the queue, and the operator will introduce you.
We'll take our first question from Chris Vanini from The Athletic. Please go ahead. Your line is open.
Hey, Charlie. What was kind of behind when you decided to bring in Steve Ellis to coach the defensive backs, and what do you think about the job he's done so far?
Well, Steve has done a great job, and just love his enthusiasm, his effort, how he connects with the players, and just been amazing just to watch how he's worked, because he works them, and he works them very hard. But he has a standard, and he expects them to live up to that standard. But him and I had a relationship in the past, and just getting him on board has been key for us, and has really helped our football team.
Yeah, no, he's mentioned that you were a mentor to him for a long time. What do you remember about him as a young coach, and kind of what it was like him looking up to you?
Well, young coaches are always, they're looking to grow, and the thing about him is he's one of those guys who's he asks a lot of questions, and which is really good because he wanted that conversation. And so when you're around someone who asks you a lot of questions and they are really locked in and they just want to hear what you have to say, it's amazing, and it's just amazing how he went about it and how he contacted me and just said, hey, he told me one time I had called him back. I didn't even know he was in Nicholls State. He said he had called me. I was in Florida, and I called him back, and then he said, ever since that conversation, he wanted to meet me. But it's good to know that, he's willing to put the work into it, and that's why he's an excellent coach.
And how does his background help him relate to players, a guy who grew up in the country of Mississippi and has been through a lot with his family?
Well, he's been through a lot because that's what makes it so special with the players, because they can see where he's come from. And a lot of them, they may not be the same what he went through, but it's just a similar background, and that they can sit down and talk about, some of his struggles and what he's had to go through, and some of the struggles that some of our young men face, because, we get them, and they're all not coming from, this really nice environment. Somebody's been tough, and he's been just knowing where he's come from, them knowing his history. It has really helped him connect with them.
Appreciate it, Charlie.
Thank you, Chris.
And our next question is from Dan Tortora of wakeupcalldt.com. Please go ahead. Your line is open.
Good afternoon, Coach. How are you?
Good, Don. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. Just to take a look at this SMU game, obviously what Sonny Dykes has done in a short amount of time at SMU for the program, just what you can say you have on the other side of you as you go into this matchup.
Well, Sonny's an excellent coach, and you know he's going to be successful because he has that unbelievable track record, and what he's done with SMU and where he has them at right now, it's amazing. Just to see how this changed in 2 years. But they're an excellent football team, has some really good skill. The quarterback, Bouchel, recruited at Texas, played for me, started for me at Texas, and then just transferred in there. But he's got a lot of transfers, and he's doing it the right way, and he's building it the right way.
And then you were outside of the conference and inside of the conference, so you've seen what the AAC looks like from the inside and the outside. Just what you could say about the level of competition and, everything that you have inside of this conference, knowing that you're going to get into the heart of conference play with SMU and obviously outside of BYU will be in it for the rest of the season.
Well, you got to look at just the whole parity within this league. So you look on the west side, you have SMU. Look at Tulane. You have Houston. There's Tulsa still sitting there. You have Memphis. So you have some really excellent football teams over there, and they're playing really good ball. And then you look on our side, you have us. You have Central Florida. You got Cincinnati's playing really good right now. And you got some teams, Temple, ECU. You have teams that are playing good ball. Navy's still sitting there. East Carolina's still sitting there. So you have a very competitive league, and each and every week when we play, so now we're getting into conference games, you have to be ready to go play. Because on any given Saturday, that old cliche, anyone can be beaten. But it's a well-coached league, some really good coaches in the league with some really good players that play very well.
Well, thank you, Coach, and good luck moving forward this week.
All righty, thank you.
And take one more for Coach Strong, please.
Our final question is from Nathan Bond of Daily Stampede. Please go ahead. Your line is open.
Hey, Coach, how are you?
Good, Nathan. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks. I hope the bye week was good for you. We saw Jared Hopel in there, before the bye week against South Carolina State, and you guys were able to move the ball a little bit. Do you expect him to overtake Marcus Norman at right tackle, or is it still going to be Marcus there this week?
Well, both of those guys are working well, and then Hopple did a good job against South Carolina State, and both of them's got to continue to get better, and that's we know on this right now. Even with Norman, he hasn't played his best football, and he knows that, and he knows he can play much better. And it's good that you have someone like Hopple who can push not only him, but he can play any position out there on the offensive line. So it's always going to be a battle, and guys understand that they got to play well. And if you want to continue to play well, if you want to continue to play, you're going to have to play well. So it's good to have competition because competitions help solve a lot of problems that you have.
Yeah, absolutely. And following that up, on Johnny Ford's touchdown run against South Carolina State, we saw the athleticism from Atterbury when he was pulling. Was that the kind of thing you guys maybe thought would translate to left tackle? It just didn't quite get there?
No, Atterbury's an outstanding athlete, and he's a big guy that can run, and he can get on the edge, and he can block people, and that's what he. You just look at it; he may not have the best, foot speed, but he does his job, and that's what we got to continue to do. Put him in a position where he can use his ability to make things happen for us, where it's, trying to move someone on the line of scrimmage or pulling around and getting to the outside.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I appreciate it, Coach. Thanks for the time.
All right, Nathan. Thank you.
Coach, thanks so much for the time today. We look forward to hearing from you once again next week.